Hello everyone, welcome back. So Nigerians and their court are calling for the arrest of the ex-INEC chairman. Some are still cursing and even sending thunder to him. I don't know whether this man will survive all this, honestly. Even the song they sang the day he stepped down, now people are saying that was a funeral song, and now they are coming out to debunk it. Like a lot of drama in Nigeria, honestly. I hope you have heard about that song. Okay, let's just listen to the song, my people. This is hilarious. Till we meet again, till we meet. Chai, we will meet again indeed. So, the former chief press secretary to the immediate past chairman of INEC, Prof. Mahmood Yakubu, has said that staff of the commission sang a farewell praise song for his principal, not a funeral song, as reported by some media outlets. Hey God. So people are now saying that immediately INEC chairman stepped down, EFCC supposed to step in and arrest him, and also that he's supposed to explain to Nigerians what causes the glitch. Honestly, this man did Nigerians dirty. I don't know whether God will forgive him. Anyway, let me allow you guys to watch some of the reactions and see what Nigerians are saying concerning INEC, like ex-INEC chairman Mahmood Yakubu. Take a listen.
The former INEC chairman, the outgone chairman of INEC, Professor of Glitches Mahmood Yakubu. Professor Mahmood, congratulations on your successful retirement after 10 years of catastrophic leadership and electoral banditry over Nigerians with your gang of electoral bandits. Mahmood Yakubu, you may retire for all you care and shamelessly hand over to whomever may be your man Friday. But Professor of Glitches, you will not be forgotten. And in the fullness of time, you go tell Nigerians waiting exactly caused the glitch for 2023. The lives of innocent Nigerians who have been impacted by your conduct and actions within the last 10 years, they will ask the questions and you will give the answers. Mahmood Yakubu, thank you for teaching Nigerians to know, say, academic qualification and religious posturing in no mean integrity. But as you go into this your retirement, Professor of Glitches, now good time for you to finally realize, say, power is transient. And no matter how long time you spend for power, if you don't leave power, power will leave you. And one day, you too can be referred to as a former this or that. And Mahmood Yakubu, now good time for you to finally think and introspect and ask yourself the question, was it really worth it? Your conduct within the last 10 years, was it really worth it, Professor Mahmood? Mahmood Yakubu, you wrote INEC position paper telling Nigerians and the world why electronic technology was the only way to go to achieve credible electoral process in this country. In your words, you say it is to reduce human interference as much as possible. Mahmood Yakubu, at the end of 10 years, how far? Were you able to reduce human interference in our elections, or you became the major human interference? Professor of Glitches, were you able to reduce human interference in our electoral process, or you became the grand patron of human interference? May your conscience answer the question. Mahmood Yakubu, 2018, you lead team of INEC staff to go NCC. You set up steering committee with the then ICT head of NCC, Umar Dambata. Una invite telecommunication agencies. They tell Una how they have helped JAM to conduct successful CBT. You say it must also be implemented in INEC. Mahmood Yakubu, 10 years later, how far? What happened with the electronic technology you were championing? And what is the legacy you are leaving in INEC after 10 years? I don't blame you, Professor Mahmood. It is not your fault. It is Nigerians, as we as a country, that permit and allow public office holders to engage in any level of corruption and criminality without consequences and accountability. But this 2027, where they come, God keeping us alive, the vote of the people must count. Nigerians must wake up and realize that until our votes begin to count, our lives will continue to be victims and not citizens. You don't hand over to anybody where you like, the most senior person there. But it is inconsequential. The madam where you hand over to Barrister Mary Agbamu Chembu, she is one of you in the electoral gang where to pretend the 2023 criminality you called elections. After all, the work of anybody they call acting INEC chairman, waiting it be. It is simple. to be placeholder for the destruction of the commission until a destroyer-in-chief is appointed by the presidency to come and completely destroy and continue from where you stop. 2015, Buhari appointed his own niece, Madam Amina Zakari, who began the complete destruction of the entire Jega legacy. And then he brought you in, who for 10 years have carried out this reign of electoral terror on Nigerians. Nigerians, the message now to all of us, National Assembly don't come back from holiday. They will begin implementation and passing amendment of Electoral Act constitutional review. Now there everybody must mount and place focus. Nigerians, we must raise the issue of free and fair election to the level of an electoral crisis. Not be only to talk, that National Assembly now where all men must mount on Occupy NAS to demand that the vote of the people must count. Because as Mahmood don't finish in own go without consequences, they don't already they prepare for a replacement who will of course be worse than him. And if you do nothing, what you see is what you get. 2027, it go be Shege subscription renewal program. If the people where they prepare to destroy country, they mobilize, why are the victims of the wickedness not mobilizing? 2027, if President Tinubu and APC like, they should appoint their ancestors as INEC chairman. If 200 million people wake up and say your vote must count, it will begin to count. Don't let anybody deceive you. Between now and January next year, when electoral law will be passed, I not get any other work God giving us life and strength than this issue of INEC and judiciary and election. If judiciary been do what they're supposed to do, we no go there where we did. But since judiciary has become a willing tool in the hands of politicians, and to reform them, we must go through National Assembly, then let us mount with National Assembly. Senate President Akpabio is back. Speaker Tajuddin Abbas is back. Let us go and camp with them. Nigeria, while you plug every loophole, there must reflect in the Electoral Act, INEC guidelines, and even Constitution where necessary. Insist on choosing your leaders. If Nigerians want to vote for a goat, let it be through a majority of the people giving a mandate. Make nobody come through window, come they pretend say you want the sweep house. No, the process of getting into power is more important than the power that you get. Everybody that needs to be called out, I go call out. They know what may we talk am, but we must talk am. These coming elections, Nigerians, let your voices be heard and make your votes count. Other than that, victimhood is waiting for all of us. Congratulations, Professor Mahmood Yakubu. As you pray every day throughout this your retirement to your creator, may you be reminded of what exactly caused the glitch. Have a successful retirement and may the force of the glitches be with you. My name is Peter for Nigeria.
So how did Yakubu's leadership contribute to the successful conduct of elections in Nigeria, particularly in terms of transparency and credibility?
Of course, you know more than I do that if you are given a responsibility for a particular function in Nigeria to do, you allow the people to assess you. My dear sister, you discover that Professor Nenna Oti, the returning officer in Abia State, in Abia State during the 2023 general election, that woman is still being celebrated till tomorrow. Going by the immediate past INEC chairman, I think wherever he is now, if he's watching me, his conscience will be telling him that what he did to this country is only God that will forgive him. You are talking about legacy. I don't know where to start. This is the man that collected all the money he sent for approval from 2019 general election to 2023 general election were all approved for him. He collected all those money and ended up in giving us election that is marred with fraud and irregularity. 2023 election is the worst of its kind. You came out, you come up with a policy, and you conducted election, especially that of a presidential election. The same ballot box, the same polling booths, you transmitted the result of that of Federal House of Rep and that of Senate electronically. Reaching that of the president, you said that there was a hitch. And people challenged, you still went ahead to declare the result and ask the Nigerians to go to court, knowing what will be the outcome of that incident in court. So he has left a very big negative legacy for himself, because I know that the president has already awarded him with an honorary award, because the president is also one of the major beneficiaries of that election irregularity. So if it's a very sane society, as he is leaving the office, this anti-graft agency should step in to get him arrested so that he will not run away and leave the shore of this country. Of course, there is no way he will leave the shore of this country. Run into which country? So he has left a very bad legacy for INEC, and it required a very big electoral reform and somebody with conscience that will come to right the wrong. Because the younger ones who are coming have seen Nigerian election as cash and carry. If you can manipulate it, you are there. So, and you have seen what is also going on in National Assembly, how they are fighting among themselves, and nobody is talking about electoral reform. Upon all the whole protests, upon all the whole recommendations, upon all the whole memo sent to them, please reform this so that we'll have a credible election in 2027. But they are the beneficiary of that fraud, and they want that fraud to continue. So when you are talking about legacy, the Professor Mahmood Yakubu deserved the best award for the worst electoral umpire in the whole world. That is my assessment, and I believe that will be the assessment of the majority of true Nigerians.
Well, Maxwell Opara, your candor will certainly be appreciated by many. A persistent criticism across the electoral cycles, of course, have been the perceived lack of INEC's true independence, attributed to political influences and interference, partisan politics, etc. How do you think Professor Yakubu defended the Commission's independence against the political class, and what could his predecessor do better to avoid the same situations?
He worked with the politicians, the power that be, as against the Nigerian people, and that's why during his own time, you discover that somebody somebody that never participated in a primary becomes the candidate of a political party. In his own time, we discover a lot of irregularities. I don't know where to start. So the point I am making generally is that Professor Mahmood Yakubu has failed this country. He has brought in a very bad president, that the person that is coming, because the person that is coming may be worse than him, because why I'm saying that the person may be worse than him is that unless we amend this electoral act and correct all those irregularities that we have seen, because judiciary also assisted him in that irregularity, where they say that a policy made by an institution is no longer part of the law, because you made a policy, and it was based on that your policy that people risk their life from Asia, America, UK to Nigeria to come and register. After registering, they went back. During the election, they came back to register, only for you to tell them that their votes was not captured in IRF because of the technical hitch. So I don't know how to describe him. In fact, I don't even know how Professor Yakubu will go to bed and sleep with his two eyes closed, considering what is happening in this country. Go to Abia State. You see what is happening in Abia State because of the decision of a woman. The decision, one decision, see the kind of development that is going on in Abia State. Because when somebody, I think one governor told the commissioners, You know that nobody voted me here. You know how I managed to get into this office. So nobody should even try to direct me, and which is true. Nobody voted him. Everybody knows how he entered into that office. So free and fair election is the key. If you're talking about insecurity, it anchors on free and fair election. If you're talking about inflation, if you're talking about whatever thing that is going on in the society, it's anchored on free and fair election. So when you now allow an expired criminal to enter into National Assembly, or you give him the helm of affairs of a state where he will be controlling allocations coming to the state and various local governments, what do you expect to? You cannot give what you don't have. So the point I'm making is that he contributed and destroyed the economy of this country. That is the naked truth. He contributed in giving a very bad image to this country. So, and I believe, I don't know how the president is going to appoint somebody that will not do his bidding. That's why we are also calling that the appointment of the INEC chairman should be removed from the office of the president. So are you saying that the president, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, will go and appoint somebody that will not work with him in 2027? We need to wake up from our dream. So Mahmood Yakubu has led the president, and to worsen it, most of the decisions he took has been received judicial backing, because had it been that the judiciary took a decision and right some wrongs, nullify some elections, remove technicality, I don't think that they will have the guts to rig election and ask us to go to court, because it has been happening. Remember that during Morisiwu, the time Morisiwu was the INEC chairman, in Anambra election during that time of Anduba, people were still queuing online. Morisiwu announced result and declared Anduba winner, and said that America should come to Nigeria and learn how to conduct election. These are the things that we are seeing, for goodness sake. So he has left, and I allow his conscience to judge him whether what he did for that 2019 general election and the one he did in 2023 general election, whether he announced those results in line with the mandate of the masses of this country. That's what I want to say.
All right. So what would you say are the key challenges, facing INEC in the post-Yakubu era, and how can they be addressed to ensure continued improvement in the electoral process?
Well, you're talking about INEC now. Who is in the helm of affairs of INEC? And I think Mrs. Abamuchi. What is she going to do? So I think the ball still fall back on the masses, just like Showore said, just like other civil society groups said. We decide what we want. We are the people to decide what we want. Do we allow INEC to continue to manipulate us? Do we allow using the current INEC law, that is an epitome of irregularities and fraud? So we need to come out. We need to move to National Assembly. We need to ask them to amend this electoral act going forward. Anything short of that, my dear sister, we are going to see the worst election in 2027. Or as a matter of fact, who will even come out to come and vote? They have already known those that are going on there. They have selected the fraudsters that is going to lead us to 2031. So except this particular electoral law is being amended and make it mandatory that whatever thing that happened in the polling booth must be transmitted electronically. Anything short of that, we are not going to get it right. I know the kind of politicians we have. Look at the characters we have as governors. Look at the characters we have in the National Assembly. Look at the characters we have in the various sectors of assembly. Is that the people that we want to fold their hands? They don't have any other, because they are jobless. They don't have any other thing than to think about how to rig election to come back and start looting the treasure of this country. So what we are talking about is that let us move. If we, just like Showore is talking about revolution, if it warrant all of us to move to National Assembly, occupy National Assembly as we did occupy Nigeria in Ojota, we do occupy National Assembly until they right the wrong. We are not going anywhere. Because these people know that with these particular lacunas that we have seen in electoral laws, if we did not amend this electoral act, everybody should just, in fact, that they should not even give any budget to INEC. They should just package all those budgets meant for INEC and give it to various orphanages and IDP camps and those in the distance, so that they will continue. We'll ask them to continue. If you are Senate President, continue. If you are Speaker, continue. If you are the President, continue. So that we don't waste our time. So that people will stop risking their life in the name of election. So that is my own advice. Is now or never.
And just before we let you go, it's been said that some of the major reforms that Yakubu's tenure ensured, particularly the use of technology, only just shifted the battleground from the polling units to the courtrooms. What is your opinion on that assessment? And what does it say about the stability of Nigeria's electoral framework going forward?
My dear sister, don't believe anything coming from the immediate past INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu. His conduct has proved that he's a dishonest man. What is he telling us? After subjecting us, do you know that the 2023 election, everybody came out based on his promises? Based on his promises. I can tell you, my friends that enter UK to this country just to vote, only for you to just rubbish everybody. And as you are going, you are now doing what to call a window dressing. Who cares? Who is listening to you? Let him come out now. Let him go to, as we are in Abuja, let him go Beggar Junction or Usego and tell them that and to see how his face will look like. Is he talking to idiots? You have an opportunity to right the wrong. You have an opportunity when they are telling you that, look at what happened in Abia State. When they wanted to bring Okezib, as wanted to bring that fraudulent result from Obingwa, the woman said no. The woman said no because people have complained. The woman ordered for rerun. And that's how Okezib, as the person that he want to put as a stooge in Abia State, lost. And the people's vote counted and Oti emerged. And Oti has no option because he's there because of the people's mandate. You have an opportunity to correct. You have an opportunity to tell Nigeria that you can do it. Only for you, few hours before you go, you start shedding crocodile tears and people are clapping for you. Who is going to clap for you? Maxwell Opera. The man has failed. He's a very dishonest man. And nobody should listen to him. That's going forward. So everything's still lying on Nigeria. If you are waiting for the president to do it, the president will not do it because the president wants to benefit from the same process.
Dr. Maxwell Okwara, you've certainly given a very harsh assessment, of the outgone INEC chairman. We thank you so much for giving us your own opinion.
So, my people, that is it. Barrister Maxwell Okwara and Peter for Nigeria have spoken very well. They spoke the minds of many Nigerians. Indeed, power is transient. Now they have appointed or Council of the State approved Amupitan as the new INEC chairman. And he is from Kogi State, my people. So Nigerians are reacting concerning, court calling for the arrest of INEC chairman, now his ex, my people. This person said, this development underscores the ongoing tension between regulatory bodies and the judicial authority in Nigeria. The court ordered for the arrest of former INEC chairman Mahmood Yakubu over alleged contempt highlights the critical importance of compliance with the court directives. Regardless of one's office or tenure, it is also raises questions about the institutional accountability, the enforcement of electoral judgment, and the mechanism available to political parties when regulatory actions are perceived as incomplete. This case will likely set a significant precedent for how electoral bodies respond to judicial rulings in the future. And this person said, funny how he was celebrated for credible elections just months ago. Now suddenly he is a criminal. That is how the system works. Here, use you, praise you, then discard you. But let's be honest, nothing will happen. He will walk free like the rest before him. Exactly. And another person said, this is APC trying to tell us that no one is above the law. just to give this corrupt administration some credibility, when in the real sense it is the opposite. Honestly, this APC cannot deceive Nigerians. All this abracadabra they are doing, they want to arrest INEC chairman, this and that. My people, at the end of the day, nothing will happen to this man. This is APC for you. They just want to deceive Nigerians, but I believe that Nigerians, they have woken up and they know what APC is doing in this government. So my people, that is it. As I make I bring this update to you guys, I would love you guys to leave your thoughts in the comment section about this matter, as well as the new INEC chairman. What do you think about him? People are saying that he is a good man, he's a professor, this and that. But believe me, as far as Tinubu appointed this man as INEC chairman, at the end of the day, he is going to do his bidding, right? So leave your thoughts in the comment section, share the video, and also give it a like. Thank you so much for doing so, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.
Welcome to Chairman News TV.